All right, everybody, welcome back. We're going to be diving deep into the mind of Mr. Beast today.
Yeah, super fascinating stuff.
You guys shared this awesome YouTube video from Mr. Beast 2. And in it, he's basically talking about how he gets so many views.
Over 100 million, yeah.
100 million views per video.
Wild.
I mean, crazy. And he also is unveiling a new website called, get this, views.com.
Yeah.
And so we're going to kind of go through his strategies that he kind of lays out in this video and see what we can learn about YouTube's success, you know?
Absolutely.
Even if we're not going to be getting 100 million views.
Right, exactly.
But I think there's a lot to learn from this.
Oh, for sure.
Because he really unveils some surprising stuff.
He does.
Like, it's not all just about crazy stunts and stuff. There's like some serious data analysis going on here.
Yeah, that's one of the really intriguing things about this is I feel like we're getting a little bit of a peek behind the curtain.
Yeah.
And he's really revealing this data analysis aspect of it, which is so often overlooked.
Okay, so let's unpack this views.com thing.
Yeah.
What's the big deal with this?
So essentially, it's a YouTube analytics platform that anyone can access.
Okay.
But what sets it apart is the unique features that he's emphasizing. So, for example, you can differentiate between views coming from long-form videos versus, like, YouTube Shorts.
Okay, wait, so, like, does it really matter?
Right. Like, a view is a view, right?
Yeah.
But think of it this way. If you're a chef and you see that most of your customers are ordering appetizers, wouldn't you want to, like, refine your appetizer menu?
Oh, that's a good analogy.
Yeah, so same goes for YouTube. Knowing whether your views are primarily coming from shorts or long-form content can shape your content strategy.
Okay, so it's really all about understanding your audience's preferences.
Precisely. And it takes it a step further. It's got these daily viewership graphs. You can see viewership trends for any video. And you can actually pinpoint, like, when the thumbnail was changed.
Well, wait, you can see how a thumbnail change impacted it? Now, that's something I'd love to be able to get my hands on.
Yeah.
For my own channel.
It's a really powerful tool. And then there's also, this is interesting, like this ranking score.
Okay.
Where each video gets a score out of 10. And this gives us a little glimpse into the mysterious workings of the YouTube algorithm.
Okay, break this down for me. What is this score and what can we learn from it?
It's essentially a simplified measure of how well a video is performing compared to others.
Okay.
And while the exact formula is a closely guarded secret, it likely factors in things like view velocity, so like how quickly a video gains views, audience retention, which is how long people watch the video, and overall engagement. So by looking at the ranking scores of other videos, particularly successful ones, you can kind of glean some benchmarks for your own content.
So it's like a sneak peek into what YouTube considers a good video.
Yeah.
Okay, that's incredibly helpful for creators, I think.
Oh, for sure. And this is just scratching the surface, you know. There's also a feature called similar channels. And this could be a game changer for so many creators.
Okay.
Especially, I think especially ones who are maybe looking to collaborate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever struggled to find people to collaborate with?
Yeah.
In your niche?
All the time.
Right. Like, that is definitely a challenge.
Yeah.
Finding the right people.
Imagine you could, like, input your channel and instantly get a list of creators making similar content.
Whoa!
That's exactly what this tool does.
Okay.
It, like, analyzes your content and connects you with potential collaborators.
Okay.
Or even just, like, creators who inspire you.
Okay. So you might discuss
hidden gems in your niche.
Right, that you've never even heard of before.
Exactly.
Wow. It's amazing. It's like a matchmaking service for YouTubers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered, like, the free tools on views.com.
Yeah.
But he does mention, like, a paid tier, right? ViewStats Pro.
Yeah, ViewStats Pro. Yeah, he's definitely promoting the paid service. But,
well, sure, of course.
You know, I think what's great is that even without paying, we can glean a ton of insights from understanding the concepts behind those tools.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so let's dive into these pro tools a little bit. The first one that caught my eye was this outliers tool.
Yeah, outliers.
What's that all about?
So think of it like this. You have a baseball team where most players hit home runs occasionally.
Okay.
But then you have this one player who hits a home run almost every time they're up at bat.
Yeah.
They're the outlier.
Right.
So the outliers tool identifies those videos on a channel that perform exceptionally well compared to the channel's average.
Okay.
And analyzing these outliers, I think, is really crucial because they can reveal hidden patterns.
Okay.
and unexpected, like, successful strategies.
So it's about spotting those like breakout moments and
Right.
figuring out what made them so special.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
why did this one perform so much better than everything else?
So
So
how does he use this tool, like practically?
he showed an example where he's filtering the outliers by different metrics.
Okay.
So you can filter by views, subscriber count, or even what he calls a performance multiplier,
Okay.
which is basically like a measure of how much better a video did compared to the average.
Okay.
So it's really cool to see how he's using this data to dissect what works.
Okay. This next tool, my mind was blown.
Oh, yeah.
It's called thumbnail search.
Yes.
And it's like a secret weapon for YouTube success.
Totally.
What makes this tool so powerful?
Okay, so imagine being able to search YouTube thumbnails, not just by keywords,
Okay.
but by images.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like a visual search engine, specifically for thumbnails.
Right. So like
You could reverse engineer visual success.
if I'm making a video about gardening, I could search for images of people like planting flowers
Absolutely.
and see what kind of thumbnails are already working.
Yes, you're tapping into this visual language of YouTube
Right.
and understanding what's resonating with people.
Oh, I'm definitely adding that one to my list of things to try.
Yes.
Thumbnail search.
Yeah.
And you know what's even more interesting is he connects this back to the concept of A/B testing. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. A/B testing. We've talked about that before on the show.
Yeah, it's a fundamental principle of online marketing.
But I think it's always good to get a refresher
Yeah.
for our listeners who may not be as familiar.
Right.
What is A/B testing?
So essentially, it's an experiment where you compare two versions of something.
Okay.
Could be a thumbnail, a title, an intro,
Okay.
to see which one performs better.
Mm-hmm.
It's a data-driven way to optimize your content based on real audience feedback.
Okay, and so the ViewStats Pro A/B testing tool takes this a step further, right?
Exactly. So the Pro tool lets you see the results of other creators' A/B tests.
Whoa.
So you're not just testing on your own, you're learning from the collective wisdom of the YouTube community.
It's like having access to like a giant database of YouTube experiments.
It is.
Yeah.
And he mentions, for example, that he and Ryan Trahan have both seen success with similar thumbnail strategies after A/B testing.
So this isn't just theory. It's like,
Right, it's proven.
this is a proven strategy for success.
Yes.
Okay, so thumbnail search is all about visual inspiration.
Hmm.
And then the A/B testing tool helps you refine your ideas based on data.
Yes,
Okay, that's a powerful combination.
it is. And then, speaking of efficiency, there's also this alerts feature
Yeah.
in the Pro version.
Okay, now tell me about this, because I'm always trying to find ways to save time,
Me too.
and work smarter, not harder.
Imagine being able to set up alerts for videos that meet specific criteria,
Okay.
like titles, view counts, or upload dates.
Okay.
So instead of constantly monitoring YouTube for trends,
Yeah.
the information comes to you.
Okay.
It's like having this personalized news feed for YouTube Insights.
So instead of spending like 3 hours a day scrolling through YouTube, I could just set up an alert for like productivity hacks videos that get over 100,000 views.
Yep.
And then like anytime a video like that gets uploaded,
It'll notify you.
it'll just let me know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a game changer. I'm starting to see how he stays on top of trends.
Right.
These tools are incredible.
They are. And then lastly, there's this collections feature, which is all about organization.
Okay.
Think of it as your personal YouTube research hub where you can save and categorize all the insights and ideas you gather from the other tools.
So it's like a Pinterest board for YouTube strategy.
Exactly.
I love that.
Curating the knowledge that's relevant to you.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here with this Fuse.com.
Yeah.
I'm kind of blown away
Yeah, me too.
by the depth of these tools. I mean,
It's really cool.
it's really impressive stuff. But I want to like take a step back for a second
Yeah.
because all of these tools are incredible.
Yeah.
But they're just tools at
Yeah.
the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's still up to the creator to use them effectively.
100%.
So what can we learn from his approach beyond the specific tools?
I think what's really fascinating here is that he's showcasing this data-driven mindset that goes far beyond YouTube.
Okay.
He's demonstrating the power of using data to make informed decisions
Yeah.
and to optimize your approach, like no matter what you're doing.
I'm starting to see how this connects to like our listeners.
Yeah.
Even those who aren't YouTubers.
Absolutely.
Well,
Because whether you're a writer,
Right.
an entrepreneur, a
Mhm.
student, or
Mhm.
even just someone trying to make better choices in life,
Yeah.
there's something to be learned from this approach.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the data that's available to you and using it to make smarter decisions.
I love that. Okay.
Yeah.
So as we move into the next part of our deep dive, I think let's keep that broader perspective in mind.
Yeah,
Lou,
absolutely.
it's not just about YouTube. It's about applying a data-driven mindset to achieve your goals.
I completely agree.
It's about taking the principles that he's using and adapting them to your own unique context.
For sure.
All right, everybody, get ready for part 2. We'll continue to explore Mr. Beast's strategies and delve even deeper into the implications of this data-driven approach for all of us.
Absolutely. Welcome back, guys.
I'm really excited to continue this conversation about Mr. Beast and like this data-driven approach
Yeah.
to YouTube success. I mean, I'm already kind of like rethinking my whole approach to my own content.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've covered so much ground already.
Yeah.
From the nuts and bolts of views.com
Yeah.
to this like broader mindset shift
Yeah.
that he's really advocating for.
I love how he blends like creativity with data analysis.
Totally. And he's really using data not just to chase trends,
Yeah.
but to really understand his audience, which I think is key.
Yeah, and I think that's like a key takeaway for all of us,
Right.
whether we're, creating videos or pursuing other goals.
Data can be such a powerful tool for connecting with people, like on a deeper level.
One thing we haven't really touched on is like the ethical dimension of all this. Like when you have access to so much data, it's important to use it responsibly, right?
That's a really crucial point. It's easy to get caught up in the numbers.
Yeah.
And lose sight of the human beings behind the data points.
Yeah, it's like what we were saying earlier. Data is about understanding people, not just manipulating algorithms.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think he's very aware of that.
Yeah.
He's not just using data to like maximize views.
Yeah.
He's using it to create content that resonates with people on an emotional level.
Right. I mean, that's what makes his videos so compelling. They're not just like a spectacle.
Right.
They're about like the human stories at the heart of them.
Exactly. And that's something that we can all learn from.
Yeah.
Whether we're, YouTubers, marketers, or just individuals trying to like make a positive impact in the world.
So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive,
I
want to leave our listeners with something to really like chew on.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
What do you have in mind?
Well, we've been focusing on how Mr. Beast uses data to create viral content on YouTube.
Yeah.
But like, how can our listeners,
Right.
regardless of their profession or their interests, apply a more data-driven approach to their own lives?
That's a fantastic question. And I think the key is to like start small.
Okay.
You don't have to become a data scientist overnight.
Yeah.
Just start by like paying attention to the data that's already available to you and thinking about how you can use that data to make more informed decisions.
I love that. Start small.
Yeah.
It's like building those data-driven muscles gradually.
Exactly.
So let's brainstorm like some concrete examples
Okay, love it.
of how people can do this.
So let's say you're a writer.
Okay.
You could start tracking things like your word count,
Okay.
your writing time, the topics that resonate most with your audience.
Okay.
You could even like analyze the data from your social media posts to see what types of content are getting the most engagement.
And if you're like a freelancer, you could be tracking your income and expenses and like the time you spend on projects.
Absolutely, yeah.
To optimize your pricing and your workflow.
Totally. And even something as simple as like tracking your sleep patterns
Oh, okay.
or your exercise routine
Yeah.
can provide valuable data
Right.
that can help you make better choices
Okay.
for your health and well-being.
So it's like bringing that sense of awareness and intentionality
Yeah.
to the data that's already all around us.
It is. It's all around us.
And don't be afraid to experiment.
Yeah, exactly.
Like try A/B testing different approaches. Track your results.
Yes.
And just see what works best for you.
That's such a good point. Data analysis isn't about like finding one right answer.
Right.
It's about constantly experimenting and iterating.
Yeah.
To see what works best for your specific context.
And remember, like, the world of data is vast.
Oh, it is.
And it's ever changing.
It's huge and it's constantly evolving.
So keep exploring, keep learning, and most importantly, keep asking questions.
I love that. Keep that curiosity alive.
All right, welcome back to our deep dive into Mr. Beast and all his data-driven YouTube strategies.
Yeah, it's crazy how much we've unpacked already.
I know, like from those awesome tools on views.com to like this whole idea of shifting to a data-driven mindset.
Yeah, like I'm kind of obsessed with it now.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it's just so fascinating how he manages to like blend that creativity with data analysis. You know what I mean?
Oh, totally. Like he's not just, crunching numbers all day.
Yeah.
He's actually using data to like tap into what people want to see.
Exactly. And I think that's like a huge lesson for all of us.
Yes.
Like whether we're making videos or writing books or, whatever we're doing.
It's all about connecting with people. Right.
Yeah. And data can actually help us do that.
Okay, so there's one thing we haven't really talked about, which is like the ethics of all this data, right?
Well, good point.
Because when you have access to this much information,
right,
you've got to be responsible with it.
It's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
It'd be really easy to get lost in the numbers.
Right.
And forget that there are actual people,
Right. It's like we were talking about how data should be used to understand people, not just to manipulate algorithms.
Right. Like, at the end of the day, it's about human connection.
Exactly.
And I think Mr. Beast gets that,
Yeah, I think so too.
He's not just trying to rack up views. He's trying to make content that actually resonates with people on an emotional level.
Yeah, I mean, that's what makes his videos so good.
Yeah.
They're not just about the crazy stunts.
Right, there's like a heart to them.
Yeah, like there's a real human story in there,
And that's something that all of us can learn from,
Yeah.
Like whether we're creators or business owners or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's about using data to make a real connection with people.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to like challenge our listeners to think about how they can use data, not just for their own personal gain, but also for good.
I love that. Like, how can we use all this data to make the world a better place?
Exactly. Because it's about so much more than just, optimizing your website or getting more views or whatever. It's about using this information to actually, like, understand people better.
Yeah, it's about empathy,
Yeah.
Like using data to build empathy and connection.
Imagine what we could accomplish if we all thought about data that way.
It's mind-blowing, really.
Yeah, it is. All right. Well, I think that about wraps up our deep dive into the world of Mr. Beast and data-driven YouTube success.
It's been so much fun exploring all these ideas.
It really has. And I hope our listeners are walking away feeling inspired and maybe like a little bit more data savvy.
Totally. And remember, like, data is a powerful tool, but it's up to us to use it wisely,
Yeah. Go out there, explore, experiment, and like use data to make the world a better place.
I love that. Make it a more informed and connected world.
Yes. Thanks for joining us, everyone.
See you next time.
And remember, the best insights often come from those unexpected places.
So stay curious.
Bye, everyone.